Alright guys, welcome back to the Zeldris Auto Adventure video. Zeldris is now finally in the game and, well, was it worth the wait? Definitely do think so. I think it's actually very fun to play around with. There's only one thing that I think holds him back, and that is just simply not having an AoE ultimate, because when we're going to showcase him a lot of content from now on, for example, in, PvP, right? He unfortunately doesn't carry as hard as someone like Berserk Melee. And since he is a second limited character, the only thing we can do is compare him towards Berserk Melee. And Berserk Melee is just better. And I think that's a fine. Like, Berserk Melee just absolutely cracked. Is actually insane. But does this take away from this Zeldris? No, I think it's actually a really good DPS, and we'll showcase that later on. But the first thing I'm going to do is run through his potentials, which is full attack, pretty straightforward, and also what the character does do. So one thing that surprised me is that he's a range character. He's 65 range, which I guess makes sense. It's not that unheard of, right? But I don't know, I thought he'd be a close range character. And he is obviously yellow, so he does have type disadvantage toward Berserk Melee. So in PvP content, if he does get hit by the Berserk Melee AoE, and of course his character doesn't have any survivability, like Berserk Melee survivor for one second. And stat-wise, while I can't compare him towards the newer characters, 621k attack at 6-star seems pretty high. I think it was probably higher than Melee. Melee is high now because he is 2 stars or 1 star higher. Was it higher? I'm pretty sure it was higher. You know what? Should I just spin a token onto it? I think we should. Let's max him out here. So boom, we'll get him towards 7-star. So we can actually do a comparison between the two. So attack-wise, he does have higher than the actual pitchback melee. So he's 7-9. Is it higher? No, it's not. It's actually a little bit lower. But you got to remember, he is obviously a range character. A lot more HP because he's in the back line. And 400k defense. Actually, so yeah, got more HP, got more actual stats. Obviously, attack is lower. Both as well, I guess he's because he's attacking way more frequently, because if we bring out the skills now. His first skill will be 9% attack onto one single target skill, 20% chance to inflict slash, which is going to lower the critical resistance and crit defense. The slash is its own debuff, so it does stack with months. So it does stack with people that can load the critical resistance and critical defense, which is quite nice. And then this is where like the character kind of shines a little bit, is he has an AoE skill, is upon landing 5 normal skills, he is going to deal an AoE skill at 164% attack, which if you compare that to Melee's AoE skill, it is a lot lower, right? It's kind of lower, but I guess once again, they want you're going to be doing this way more consistently, because you're doing this every single 5 normal skills, and when you have 400%, you know, attack speed, because he's 100 right now, and once you max it out, you kind of got to think of it. By the time Melee does 1 normal skill, this Zeldris has already done 4. That's kind of crazy, right? And on the 5th one, you then do the AoE skill. But also, if you build up your Melee higher and you get more stats, your crit chance should be a lot higher. So your Melee's normal skills might be this basically, and that's doing a massive AoE effect. Dark Aura is gives spike towards 10 commandments, which means the commandments and himself have crit damage increased by 8% per one ally that has a buff, basically. So I think it can only go up to like 60%, basically, if you have all 10 commandments. Only problem is right now, the full 10 commandment team doesn't really work, because unfortunately, of course, this Berserk Meliodas doesn't count as a 10 commandment, but who will count as a 10 commandment is Assault Mode Meliodas, who will be a Sin and 10 commandment character. So I think definitely in the future, Zeldris is probably going to age a little bit, not better than Melee, you probably use both anyway, but he will get better in the future. And the only thing that it doesn't hold him back, this is maybe better for single target bosses, we'll see, but he's got a single target ultimate, 1,888. That's actually very, very high. But unfortunately, it's just, yeah, it's single target. So when we're doing AoE content like PP later on, you will see Melee is still doing most of the carrying. So it may look like, oh, he's not doing as good. But it's just because Melee AoE against 8 people, it's going to just stack up some crazy damage. So I want to showcase right now his actual attack speed. So you see right now, oh, he's already going crazy. Look how fast he goes. Guys, he's actually insane. Like, we saw how fast Yan was. And look at the damage, like, compared to both of them, right? They are very much equal when it comes towards... Actually, he's doing a lot more. He got the ult off there, actually. So, single target bosses, he might... I don't know if he might. It's a little bit RNG, because right now, Melee does have more buffs. So, if you actually are using the actual normal teams, let's switch over right now. So if you use stuff like this, for example, which is something you probably use anyway, maybe have Elizabeth here, or maybe have another supporter, so maybe King. Once again, Melee just has more buffs. He gets the final attack, he gets the crit chance, the crit damage from King. He has all that stuff, where Zeldris doesn't really get that unless you want to run like Melascular, which you probably don't want to do. But yeah, let's run this team. We are using Zeldris a little bit earlier in the rotation, so we can see him do hopefully a bit more damage. Zeldris a little bit to catch up, or like to build up his stuff, right? Where Berserk Melee has gone crazy from the start. So big 1 build damage there. And let's see who does more damage here. I mean, they're both going to do really well. But you can see, though, like, you know, Escanor and Devery aren't too far behind. Actually, he's stacked up quite a lot there. So, yeah, I think, guys, safe to say he's going to be a really good character. But let's jump over to PvP now because I have something to say. So, yeah, the team we're using here is this team right here. Once again, Zeldris-wise, you're probably going to put his ult towards the end. Sure, it's nice to do some big damage on a single target ultimate. You still want to do AoE content, right? And having these ultimates a little bit early on is probably a bit better. So let's see what he does here. We'll go against 21G. We're going to get slapped here probably, but I want to see like how well it compares. And it's kind of cool. Like the commanders get this little glow effect behind them. So let's see how much damage he does here. So it's going to take him a while to build up. Okay, so he's starting to build up here. But by then, have we already killed everyone? Yeah, see, I think he looks poor here. Because, I mean, too, Ashen was beating this guy. And we're like 10G lower. Yeah, so I think there is a bit of a problem. Is one, his AoE skill is a lot worse, right? Because it's 3 meters from the target, and normally it's a tank character, so it's not reaching the backline. Because Melee is a close range character, he's gonna be up front and then do an AoE in front of everyone. It's like 6 meters, 3 meters wide, 6 meters back. He doesn't look that good in comparison. I mean, it's still good damage, but like when Esterosa, who is a character that you can get you can get 13 copies for free this actual next 5 weeks. You know, Esterosa is doing more and is like such a cheaper, free to play character in a way. It don't look great for Zeldris, but that doesn't mean he's bad though. It's literally just because his ultimate is not AoE. Like he doesn't get that much damage. Like everyone else is just AoE. We'll try this guy here. Similar CC, a little bit higher than him. I actually leveled up quite a lot here. It's just, yeah, it takes too long for him to build up. And by the time he builds up, you know, Melee's just killed almost the whole team. At least in this content. I mean, 400k, some situations he can do a lot. Like, I'm definitely going to be using him from now on my team. But yeah, but look, by the time he's built up, the team's already dead. So where I think he's going to shine the most is going to be in Tower of Trials. Because this is where we've really needed a character that is the light attribute that we can use in this fight. Because right now, it's just been this team with Gilfrost. Gilfrost has been carrying. He's got the AoE damage. He has been a godsend. But now with Zeldris, he might be able to... Well, hopefully, he should do more. Let's take off Ruin finally. Plus, yeah, I think we need someone to remove Bust, right? Because right now, there's... I think there's a lot of characters like draws that have been stopping me a little bit. So, we'll put him up front, right? I mean, to be fair, I haven't done Tower Trials in a while for light attributes. You can see I didn't have Elizabeth on, so it's been that long. So I should put the cliff through most of it anyway. But let's see how much Zeldris does do here. It's lagging a little bit. Yeah, we might... Yeah, Gilfrost might just rinse through it. I mean, even Diana's do a lot. Yeah, it's because the single target damage is not... It's like, it's just single target. Once he starts to build up, but by then, I think I'm going to have to play a little bit more. Just so I get to the point where, like, they actually are fighting back. Okay, there we go. Yeah, once he starts building up, that's where he goes crazy. So, I even though the last game was poor, like, I think once we get to a point where, like, it's kind of even in terms of, like, the power, that's where Zeldris might pop off. So, I do think he is needed. Definitely for this, 100%. Because I don't think you can do it with just Gilfrost alone. This should be a lot for him. Yeah, I just love how he looks in game, though. He's so sick. Yeah, I think he might age better. Like, I can see, like, okay, maybe we get longer form content or something that, like, you need him in. See, that big, like, 1 bill is, like, just from his ultimate. Like, that's actually kind of crazy. And, yeah, he starts popping off. Yeah, no, honestly, yeah, definitely. You can see now, like, as we're getting up now, where we're starting to find harder opponents, you're seeing he's scaling up so much more now. But I always say, like, there is a point where, like, okay, some will look at that and say, yo, my Gilfrost is basically fully free to play unique, and he's doing the same amount of damage as the, you know, festival level Zeldris. It ain't a good look. But that's just because Gilfrost is insane. Like, especially in Tower Trials. The 3 bill Zeldris, can we get a 4? Yeah, he's going crazy. Look at that. That is actually mental. Honestly, I think attack speed characters might be my new favorite in the game. Like, I actually really like how Diane played. But it was so, like, inconsistent because you have to use the ultimate. Where, like, yeah, this guy does it passively. Also, I guess it's not really right now. But you've probably noticed it yourself as well. Is that in Tower Trials, they do tend to have a lot of characters that have immortality. And Zeldris removing the immortality on the ultimate while also dealing so much damage that you probably kill the character and remove it. That's something that I think people aren't going to pay attention to too much. That is, I'm going to do really good in. Okay, we're actually probably nearly of losing it, but can Zeldris carry? This is the highest I'm going to go to, 43. Now, Zeldris pop off? Yo. 5 build, though. Like, 100% this ain't doable without him. We are hoping to do a lot of damage here. Who's dying now? The target in Barn, obviously Barn's maxed out, so, well, not maxed out fully, but he's tanking quite a lot there. I think we are doing it, because we got the little bit extra, like, 1 bill from Gustav. Oh, we just did it nice. So, yeah, literally, honestly, this is not doable without Zeldris. Okay, so I'll probably stop here, 45. But yeah, a big jump from getting Zeldris there. So yeah, is Zeldris a good character? Definitely, but I feel like he's going to live in the shadow a little bit of Berserk Meliodas. And a lot of people are going to compare it to him, and even like other characters, like even Escanor, just because he doesn't have an AoE skill. But I don't think that necessarily makes it bad. I haven't tried him in other contents yet. I haven't tried him in like the Lab Somber dungeon or even like the night bosses yet. I'm going to save that for its other video once we get the new Advent boss battle in, 3 hours from now. So I'll make that video tomorrow to see how what he does do in more or less in solo bosses, which I think he might shine a little more because obviously single target on the ultimate is kind of better a little bit. Especially with that multiplier. So guys, thank you for watching the video, and yeah, peace.